there any other, like, I mean, looking back, and now it feels like the way that you've gone, you sort of evolved to go, yep, from an entrepreneurial point of view, I can see, yep, I can step out, but now you've stepped back in and you've started to assume back the role of Yaro, and that's your main business. It feels like you're further tying yourself into this business. Have you thought about sort of long term how, like, I mean, you're not creating a saleable asset that will work outside of you? Is that a strategy that you've thought about?
It's a concern more than a strategy. I can't to sell the business right now would require a transition period to move it away from based on my brand to based on either someone else's brand or maybe even change the model slightly. And I've thought about this because I don't have a 5-year itch, and I've been blogging for 5 years, so there's a chance that I could move on at this stage.
This might be the last video interview.
No. I still enjoy writing, and that will definitely be part of what I do, but maybe not in the same area. So forever, of course.
Yeah.
I've thought about, obviously, if my blog at the moment is predominantly my content, it would be transitioned to a magazine, or maybe one expert would take over. It's quite business models. There are a lot of available business models, and if you've got a website that's already ranking well, if you just get good content, it doesn't necessarily have to be coming from me. It is possible to have a blog rejig a little bit the branding, so it's not just about one person. It becomes more about the site itself, or maybe a new person steps in. But there's definitely a loss with some audience there who just only want to read that person. That's a given. But a lot of it can come down to too is the income, like how consistent, like from a business point of view, if you're going to buy an asset, you care whether the income will keep coming, whether it's going to grow, and how much work it's required to maintain it. So if I stepped away from what I do and the income disappeared, my asset's not worth very much. If I step away from it, but they find a way to write one article a day from another source, and the income continues to come in fine, it's a great asset. It's a low labor, high return business that could have multi-million-dollar valuation. So I'm not too worried about that, in the sense that I guess I have taken a choice to be less systematized than it could be. It's something I may change in the future. What I do like about this, though, and this is another aspect that you'll find, creative people who are good at making money can find it sometimes a little bit unfulfilling, though. Once they do make good money, they're just sitting at home and they're not really getting a lot of contact with people, they're not getting recognition for what they do, so they actually become teachers. It's quite surprising how many people who are good at something also want to teach it. And the reason why they do that is not, sometimes it's for more money, because sure, you can make great money teaching how you do what you do, but it's also for interaction with other human beings. It's for the recognition you get, which is a core driver. If you study Tony Robbins stuff, he'll tell you recognition is in the hierarchy there. That's one of the most important things as humans we need. We need to be recognized, appreciated, and given attention by other human beings. Not everyone has the same amount, but everyone needs something, otherwise you kind of go insane. So I think there's that aspect too, and that's what's great about blogging. It's a great platform for you helping other people, and in return you get recognition. And if you want to be famous, everyone, I think, likes a little bit of fame. That's what recognition is. So it's a great platform for getting that outcome.
Yeah, and I think the good thing about mentoring as well, or teaching other people, is it really does take your learning to the next level as well. If you get to a place where you can share that knowledge, it goes into your mind at a much deeper level. And
that's the way to learn, is to teach.
Yeah, exactly right. So we can kind of get a feel for the direction that you're heading. As far as what's on the horizon, maybe you can give us some insight as to, I don't know, either opportunities that you see on the horizon for yourself or even for other people as well. Because I find speaking to people who are already on top of their game and then getting an insight to what they're thinking about next can give you, what's ahead of the curve.
Yeah, it's actually a hard one for me to answer, because it hasn't been specific, and it's a lot based on what's working today and how stable it is. I've just, actually literally as we're recording this, I've opened my last closed product. I've launched it before, but it's now open. So right now I'm in a situation where every product I've created, I've got 3 courses, they're all on the market, they're all for sale. All I really have to do now as a responsibility is write my blog and write my email newsletters. There's nothing else I really need to do to keep the machine running. I'll keep making money from what I do now, and it's fine. So I've got kind of a clean slate in a lot of ways, and I've played around with moving to obviously creating another product, potentially either doing webinars, a 2-hour workday was a focus we talked about before. There's certainly avenues to teach more in that area. It's kind of similar, but it's a little bit more, I guess it's a lovely branded package. The 2-hour workday is something everyone's excited about. Obviously Tim Ferriss and the 4-Hour Workweek was a very popular book, so that idea of the lifestyle business is something that's really popular, and I'm certainly capable of teaching that. I'm also really interested in personal development. I'm definitely writing in that area more so, and my next free report will likely be in that subject area, but that will be given probably in a different website under a different branding. It won't be under Entrepreneur's Journey. So long story short, I might be speaking on stage, hosting an event. I've been saying that for a long time. It hasn't happened, but if I told you something now, chances are it may or may not happen. So I can't even tell you for sure. All I can tell you is I will be blogging still. It's something I still enjoy, and I will be writing content. And I'm here in Melbourne right now attending events. So I'm still immersing myself in this world and gaining experience and knowledge in this world, which gives me the content that I produce for the blog. So it's important for me to stay up to date. And I'm still motivated to do that. So that will, and it pays the bills. So I can't complain about that too. But, right now I'm just really enjoying partying. I hate to say it, really, the business is so well automated that I'm hanging with friends, I'm skating, I'm riding bikes, I'm going to the beach, I'm, traveling a bit here and there. I'm eating probably way too much crap food, as well as eating healthy food as well. Just having a good time. So that's, going to music venues and concerts and shows, whatever.
If people want to keep an eye on what it is that you're doing, checking out the blog, where is the place they can find you?
As I said, entrepreneur is a really hard word to spell.
So I need to spell it for you.
I don't spell it out for people. I keep it simple. Just remember my name, Yaro, Y-A-R-O. Very simple. It is my brand, and if you Google that, Y-A-R-O, you will find my blog as the first result, as well as all my free reports and my products and things like that. But that's definitely easier to remember than my domain name.
And you can find your Twitter and YouTube.
You can find my Twitter there, you can find my Facebook there, all those things are
excellent.
Y-A-R-O.
Definitely worth checking out Yaro's stuff. Just like to thank you for your time. Very generous with both time, ideas, thoughts. That's one thing that I like. You're just sort of very open. You tell it how it is, and you don't hold anything back.
It's fun to talk about. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, pleasure.